everyone. I'm Caroline Rena, and this is the Ride of My Life podcast, my inner peace pilgrimage. I have to show it every time I do it because I really like that. And these are my poem talks, and I do the poem talks. I think, just trying to get a schedule going here. I don't know. It just happens when it happens. It's good. And today's poem talk is about duality, which is interesting because I don't know where I was. This was back on August 17th in 2021, and I was going in and out of chaos and trying to figure out where I was going, having come through, a breakup of a relationship just 4 months prior. And there was a lot going on, and there was a lot coming out and up and being written, and this poem happened to be one of them. And it was interesting. I went back and looked at the poems because some of them are like deep about, me and where I was coming from, and some of them I was watching the world and what was happening and what goes on in the world and just trying to kind of maybe figure things out or relate or whatever. And that's kind of where I was, I think, at that point. And so this poem I wrote, which, like I said, was called Duality, was written on August 17th of 2021. And it basically describes my experience with the world, which obviously could be different for everybody. But there are people out there who may relate to what I'm saying, and so that's why I'm sharing it. So here we go. We live in a world of duality that digs into our mentality. What we see out there reflects what's inside. Be aware. What we need to do to shift, the thoughts we have are adrift. The need to control is downright cruel to ourselves and to those who rule. Until we see the black and the white, we need to heal ourselves to take flight into a world of peace, understanding, and ways to cease the incessant hatred of all. What we don't understand, we maul. The hearts of all humans in mass, because we're not taught to see contrasts. There is no certain way to live our lives and convey who we really are without an opinion. You don't know what my life has been as a minion. Why is this so? It is what I was told I should be and do, and the beliefs that I hold were not mine. They were taught to me to fit into a box I don't even see. Do this way, do it my way. You will see you betray. To follow the rules and let go of your truth, to think like a group. Why is it wrong to think for ourselves? For no one can control us to feel like we're in hell, to see what's inside our beauty so deep. Instead, we are taught to go with the crowd, like sheep. Who is in control? No one, I say. It is not sustainable to live in that way. When people are contained in society's box, we forget who we are and believe we need to deal with the shocks of the chaos from a cluttered mind, that keeps us in limbo knowing we are confined to a life that someone else says we should live. The duality is we have nothing to give. Life is about giving and receiving love. Finding that inside ourselves is what we need to discuss. To know of the light that we have inside. To get past the reality we need to hide. It's too much. I can't take it. What do? I'm losing my mind, and it's necessarily true. To lose our minds is to find the love inside, the expansiveness, and no longer to hide. From a world that is constantly saying we're bad, if we don't buy this or do things this way, we're had. When we learn to get out of the box, you see, to turn our lives around and discover the real me. It's what we are here for, the duality, to help us find universality, to love each other no matter what. We each have feelings inside that are touched. When this life gets so crazy we don't need to hide, we learn to feel safe with those feelings inside. You are meant to feel, you are human, you human being. constantly doing your life, you miss the real meaning. Peace, love, and joy, and a self-love so powerful, help us realize this life is allowable. To all on this planet and Mother Earth herself, we must connect with ourselves. It is our chalice of wealth. Use the duality and contrast out there to discover the truth and value inside that we share. When we learn to finally feel for ourselves, it gives us the opportunity to delve into a place where we find who we are, the creation we be. It is not far. Just sit today with your beautiful self. Then you know deep inside there is nothing else. Whew, wow. Sometimes I go pretty deep. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just, it's important to know that when the work is done, the healing work is being done, that you get further closer to who you really are, who I really am, deep inside, and the inner truth, the inner peace, the inner love that we have in there that we were never taught about. Well, certain of us were never taught about. There are people out there who are able to do that. I am finding those of us who have been traumatized or victimized or any of that kind of stuff. That's where the healing, the choice in the healing begins. So anyway, yeah. So now I am on this healing journey, continuing. Well, it's life, so it's just ongoing. But this is part of the ride part, and right now I'm experimenting. I am in Colorado, and I am experimenting with the Midwest, see what happens here, and looking forward to it. And I wanted to do a shout out to my son for getting me this beautiful sweatshirt. It's a warm sweatshirt he got me for Mother's Day. I'm so excited because it's so nice and warm and cozy, and it reminds me of the universe. So I just wanted to show that. So thank you. Mwah, love. Anyway, I hope that this kind of opened up some awarenesses in you, this poem, Duality, and it can bring you to a different space and choice in whatever you decide to do in your life. And thank you so much for being a part of my process and a part of the Ride of My Life podcast and these poem talks as well. And I guess that's about it. So, peace.